Some days, it's 100 degrees in the shade. Days when shade is just an inadequate shadow cast by man-made electrical structures looming like metal monsters which have no intention of cooling you down.
Not that it matters, because the only shade you can find glistens farther than your eyes can see. Because in the Mojave Desert, trees are scarce like shelter in third world countries. So in Hinkley, California, pools are aplenty.
The ubiquitous backyard oasis that everyone and their mama would escape to. To dodge the heat of the devil's eye we call the California sun.
And for decades, these pools of paradise were ponds predicting impending death. It was only a question of who and when.
Playing Russian roulette with a water gun containing the poisonous pellets of misleading words poured from the lips of CEOs of a once trusted power provider, whose uniformed employees were uniformly let into California homes.
From Eureka to Bakersfield.
From the coast to the Sierras. The Pacific Gas and Electric Company screwed more people over with more than just the slips of paper with overpriced payments. But we're now releasing statements that no longer added up, taking payments in the forms of lost lives and low wages, until their bubble bursts.
Because their lives begin to leak like bloodstains through the panties of Mother Earth, dripping down her legs like many women in Hinkley would never have to worry about again. Because their wombs became tombs harboring only miscarriages and birthing only stillborns, forcing them to question if you're still a woman when you have no breast and no uterus.
They PR'd this as an accident, not an incident caused by Pg&E. Slowly, Hinkley gave rise to rumors of a corrupt system, submerging them like those same pools that they sought refuge in on so many hot Mojave days.
Unknowingly, they slip and slide, splash poison like waves of kryptonite over their skin.
Water balloons were just latex grenades filled with nuclear waste bursting with toxins,
draining life forces and damaging vital organs,
spreading throughout bodies like liquid genocide on human flesh. Still, they played Marco Polo while Pg&E played with their lives. And women started losing daughters, and men started losing wives.
Then this cancer-causing chemical began to spread like wildfire, burning down family trees branch by branch. And Pg&E swept up the ashes before anyone could realize that they wrote their checks
and death certificates
with pens dipped in chromium-6,
trying to cover up their criminalistic antics that for 22 years were common knowledge to all except those who counted the most. And it's ironic how their eyewitness from the 60s
developed chronic nosebleeds in the 70s,
lost his healthcare in the 80s, and died of the same cancer after 32 years of labor that his company swore they had not labored into existence.
Workers only existed to help Pg&E save face, to keep them out of the public eye while they slowly began to destroy Hinkley's human race.
And because of this, they are still dying. And no amount of money can bury the cost of the lives lost. They are still dying.
And no court settlement cases can retract the venom injected into Mother Earth.
They are still dying. And Pg&E is still striving to cover up their deaths, while mothers walk over poisoned earth past their fathers' graves to bury their children. And each payment we make is just paid meant to dilute the truth that they are still dying in Hinkley. And we are paying for their deaths.